episode 4 of our mini series of 6 micro episodes about single family office in the Middle East and what is possible from all angles. I'm joined as usual with Kath Zagatti. Kath, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
So which angle do we want to explore today?
So in our last webcast, Yann, we discussed the differences between family business, holding, and family offices. And today, focusing on family offices, I wanted to know what to consider before incorporating an SFO.
So to me, I would look at it 4 different ways. I would look at capital versus cost from a first angle, because hey, it needs to be cost efficient, this little affair. So consider whether the family's assets are sufficient to justify having a standalone, full-flegged management and legacy planning structure, or whether to focus first and foremost on the holding and intergenerational, legacy planning aspect. So you could start with a reasonably simple consolidation vertical, and then let's look at all the other services, menus that we can add on that, and then does that justify to go full-fledged, or do we start a little bit smaller? Some jurisdiction, ADGM is one, DIFC is another, also require a minimum capital under management/administration. So this should be accounted for as well.
I see.
And then you have the ecosystem. So not every ecosystem is made equal. I would encourage people to consider the benefits of operating from what I would define as highly regulated jurisdiction or centers, where the family can benefit from sophisticated markets, from legal and regulatory frameworks that are more elaborate. And in that, there is a significant difference between what we define as financial, common law denominated free zones, the DIFC and the EDGM, and the other options. I would also say that access to know-how and recruitment of skilled people is facilitated if you are in one of these slightly more sophisticated jurisdiction.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the model, you could either make or you can buy. So I think you should consider as a family whether outsourcing services versus keeping them in the family is better. Relying on outsourced advice may decrease costs often, provide independent strategic guidance, and educate the family on the latest wealth management tools and strategies. So this is very positive. If you keep certain services within the SFO, this substantially increases confidentiality, because you have your data tighter, you have more control over the structures, and you ensure also alignment of goals, avoiding conflict of interest. So these are things to ponder depending on what the family prefers to do. And then you have the governance and management strategy. And where we talk about single family office, we often talk about family constitution, about governance. So while the need of the family and the objective of the SFO may change over time, I think it's important to implement a thought-through yet flexible governance and management strategy around the SFO, which will help avoid conflict, especially generation versus next gen. So these would be my 4 things to consider when the moment comes to evaluate the best structure for you today.
Okay, I see. So basically the takeaway here is that the family should consider the costs and the need for the family to have a standalone SFO, the jurisdiction where the SFO should be incorporated, the services that must be outsourced to professionals and kept within the family, as we discussed in our previous webcasts, and lastly, the implementation of flexible governance and management strategy. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thanks, Yann, for your time today. And as I mentioned in our previous webcast, we do have a comprehensive fact sheet on this topic describing all options of SFOs available here in the UAE, and we are happy to share that with qualifying applicants. Thanks again for today.